Like, I've seen stories about me being like fully in love with somebody and we had like this whole relationship, and I'll see the guy and I'm like, I've actually never even met him before.
So you, nephew, take that top card. When I die, I want my last words to be, I did it.
What can I do to be happy?
Swallowed up. Have you ever been swallowed up? Have you gone through a time of swallowing?
Apparently, Lori Harvey just hit Steve where it hurts the most by leaking a wild video involving Diddy and T.D. Jakes at some exclusive party.
She has turned over videotapes, a USB drive, and Kim Porter's burner phone. Now, there is also an alleged email out saying a plethora of other things that include T.D. Jakes with Diddy.
And after what she just exposed, it's looking like Mr. Harvey might be making an early retirement.
I'm also told that multiple male escorts corroborated the fact that T.D. Jakes have slept with multiple men at Diddy's parties and abroad.
What exactly did Lori capture at that party? Did she expose secrets that were never meant to see the light of day? And most importantly, was this intentional payback or just pure chaos? Let's get into the real meat of it, because this is more than just a leak. Lori Harvey didn't just stumble upon some party footage by accident. This feels calculated, and the aftermath could leave careers in ashes. For years, Steve Harvey has been synonymous with family values, wholesome comedy, and relationship advice. But behind that polished persona, whispers about his controlling behavior, power plays, and connections to Hollywood's upper echelon have always lurked just beneath the surface. Lori's leaked footage might be the catalyst to drag all of that out into the open.
T.D. Jakes have slept with multiple men at Diddy's parties and abroad, and they refer to him as being a power bop.
Fans were totally caught off guard by Steve Harvey, and people have been giving him the side eye for a while now. The rumors about him allegedly playing a part in introducing his daughter Lori to Diddy after Kim Porter's death definitely raised some eyebrows. But now it's not just about Lori. There's buzz that Steve might have been way more involved in the situation than anyone realized. Behind that polished public image, could there be a darker twist to the story?
In a space right now where I'm not doing anything that's gonna compromise my peace and happiness.
Then, the shocking arrest of Diddy in Manhattan shook the entertainment world to its core. Federal agents took the music mogul into custody with some pretty serious charges: conspiracy and exploitation. With Diddy being a major player in music, fashion, TV, and nightlife, this arrest has shattered the image of the powerhouse mogul everyone thought they knew.
Because I'm so quiet,
Yeah.
there's been so many stories that have been made up about me. Like, I've seen stories about me being like fully in love with somebody and we had like this whole relationship.
The tangled connections between celebrities often lead to some pretty eyebrow-raising situations, and Lori Harvey's involvement in all of this just makes things even juicier. As the daughter of another controversial figure, her past ties to Diddy are adding a whole new layer of intrigue. The fact that she used to date Diddy's son, that's enough to make anyone do a double take. The whole scenario feels undeniably strange. Now, there's speculation that Lori's relationship with Diddy might have been more than just romance. It could have been tied to settling some hidden debts, and not necessarily Steve's debts, but maybe Lori's own. While Lori's beauty and connections seem to give her access to top-tier partners, her link to Diddy might have been more about business than love. But just when you thought that was enough drama, Cat Williams drops a major bombshell about Steve Harvey. He claims that Harvey made a pact with Hollywood involving his soul, and this wild allegation has fans buzzing, wondering just how deep the secrets in the entertainment world really go.
I think Steve Harvey some stand-up man. He kissed no girl who owned TV One. He used to kiss her. That's how he had the ring.
So it looks like Steve Harvey's rise to fame may have had a deeper impact on Lori's future than anyone thought. Recently, Suge, who's seen it all in the industry, dropped some serious bombshells. He suggested that Diddy has a whole team dedicated to cleaning up his messes, and guess who Suge pointed a finger at? Yep, Lori's dad, Steve Harvey. Suge didn't just throw Steve's name out there casually either. He hinted at a paper trail that connects Diddy's PR cover-ups back to Steve. Now, this raises a huge question. Why would a big name like Steve Harvey, who's got his own empire, get involved in cleaning up someone else's drama, especially when that someone, who's around the same age as him, was dating his daughter? It's a wild situation, and that million-dollar question is definitely leaving people wondering what's really going on behind the scenes.
What's up, boy? My man. Appreciate you, man.
According to some self-proclaimed detectives on social media, Steve Harvey might be more deeply entangled with Diddy than anyone expected, and not in a good way. Steve's a powerhouse in the entertainment world, and you'd think that kind of status would put him above answering to anyone else in the industry. But apparently, Diddy might be the one exception to that. Recent rumors suggest that Steve has been following orders from Diddy, with claims that even his own family isn't off limits. Yes, these allegations don't just stop at Steve. They seem to involve his daughter Lori as well. Over time, whispers have surfaced suggesting that Steve might have been doing Diddy's dirty work, which makes this whole situation even messier. It's definitely raising questions about just how deep this connection between Steve and Diddy really goes.
In a space right now where I'm not doing anything that's gonna compromise my peace and happiness.
Looks like those rumors were more than just talk. Lately, with the whole Tupac saga still unfolding, Suge Knight has been dropping some serious bombshells, and he's even brought Steve Harvey into the mix. Suge threw shade at Harvey, questioning if he really had that much love for Tupac like he always claims. But it didn't stop there. Knight hinted that Harvey was more than just some casual friend of Diddy's. According to him, Harvey made a pretty penny off the connection, and might even be protecting someone tied to Tupac's death.
If you love Pac so much, how you with that everybody say got something to do with the first get down that happened to Pac in New York, then the second one. Does you want to bring up the short?
As the drama unfolds, Suge Knight is really calling out Steve Harvey for seemingly not caring about Tupac's legacy. He downplayed the whole East Coast-West Coast feud that rocked Tupac's life and led to the deaths of icons like Biggie Smalls. It seems like Harvey has been convincing everyone that Diddy was off the hook for all the chaos that went down during that time. But that's not all. Knight suggests that Steve's involvement with Diddy goes way deeper than just cleaning up messes. There are whispers that he might have even offered up his own daughter to Diddy. And get this, Lori Harvey's situation with Diddy might not be what everyone thought. In a recent chat with E! News, she shot down the rumors, saying she often hears about dating someone she hasn't even met in person.
Yeah, I've seen stories about me being like fully in love with somebody and we have like this whole relationship, and I'll see the guy and I'm like, I've actually never even met him before.
The combination of figures like Diddy and T.D. Jakes at a private party raises eyebrows, and not just because of the unexpected mix of a preacher and a rap mogul. This suggests a deeper, secretive world that Steve might have been a part of, one where boundaries between business, faith, and indulgence get blurry. If Steve's been playing both sides, preaching values by day and mingling in elite circles by night, this leak could expose that double life in ways that no PR strategy can contain. Rumor has it T.D. Jakes' name is being thrown into the mix too. Yeah, you heard that right. Could one of the most respected pastors out there really be tied up in Diddy's wild escapades? Freak-off tapes supposedly leaking with Jakes involved? How deep does this scandal go? And what's really happening behind the scenes? Let's break it down. But this one's wild. In the clip, he's all fired up, telling his congregation to stop hiding stuff and basically come out of the closet with their secrets. He's going all dramatic. Have you ever been swallowed up? Have you gone through a time of swallowing? It's definitely got people talking, and people's reaction was insane. The video's been causing a major buzz on social media. Some folks are loving the humor, saying it's about time comedy goes back to being raw and unapologetic. They're pointing out that pastors are human too. They mess up just like everyone else, so why not joke about them? But speaking of sins, T.D. Jakes' name has been swirling around some really unsettling rumors lately. For starters, his close friendship with Diddy is raising eyebrows. He even officiated Kim Porter's funeral, showing just how tight they are. But what's really making people suspicious is seeing T.D. Jakes at Diddy's infamous parties. Like, why would a man of God be at those kinds of events? Even Diddy's ex-bodyguard chimed in, saying the only reason T.D. Jakes would be there is if he's mixed up in the same wild stuff that goes down at those parties. Now everyone's wondering what's really going on.
And why would a religious man like himself be at a party which ain't nothing but sin that's going on, bruh? Whether it's drinking, maybe fornicating.
And then there's Jaguar Wright adding her 2 cents, saying that at Diddy's parties, it's all about money and S. So if T.D. Jakes is there, according to her, he's there for one of those two things, money or S. Looks like T.D. Jakes found himself in some serious drama on December 21st, 2023. It all kicked off with a viral TikTok video dropping some jaw-dropping allegations about him. After Cassie settled her lawsuit with Diddy, a TikToker came through with some major tea. Apparently, Cassie handed over some juicy material to the FBI, including tapes from Diddy's wild parties and even Kim Porter's secret phone. According to the TikToker, there's a clip out out there where someone spills the beans about Cassie revealing tapes that allegedly show T.D. Jakes and other big names involved in Diddy's scandalous parties. Word is, those parties were wild, hookups with multiple men, and things got pretty out of control. Now, people are wondering what's really on those tapes. The email says, "So I want to put you up on game on the real nature of Diddy and Bishop Jakes' relationship. But first, let's understand that Bishop Jakes is not of God. He is undoubtedly a Freemason. And so was Diddy. I say was because it seems as though he has been stripped of his protection, privileges, and power. But make no mistake about it, his soul is still spoken for by the devil. He will never be able to fend off or escape that harsh reality. Anyways, I'm told Diddy and Jakes are MK, the real nature of their relationship. So, according to the email, Kim Porter allegedly claimed that T.D. Jakes was accused of messing around with a young guy just a year after marrying his wife. Apparently, the whole thing got swept under the rug. Fast forward to 1999, and a guy threatened to expose Jakes. Mysteriously, that guy disappeared. Pastor even spilled that the dude got paid off to keep quiet. Then, 2 years later, the same guy shows up dead with a gunshot to the head. No names mentioned, but this all supposedly went down at Emmanuel Temple of Faith in Smithers, West Virginia. Rumor has it that people from Jake's hometown have been saying he's been on the down low for years, and there's talk of an older pastor him when he shows up at Diddy's parties. Word on the street is Jakes is throwing back drinks and puffing on cigars in some exclusive part of the house. Just because he's in a private, invite-only area doesn't mean he's not being watched. Exactly what's going on, and has even questioned why she's never on the guest list. Now, let's keep in mind, these are all wild claims circulating on social media with zero hard evidence so far. But that hasn't stopped people from going crazy online. One person said, "No matter who you are or pretend to be, whether it take days, weeks, months, or years, what's done in the dark shall come to the light." Another one added, Hollywood, swinging. What happens in the dark comes to the light. What goes up must come down." And then there's this psychic on TikTok who apparently predicted all this drama 2 years ago. She went on this wild rant claiming that Jakes is mixed up with some shady stuff like being a Freemason, taking oaths to the dark side, and serving Satan as his top boss. According to her, he's using his spiritual gifts to play mind games with folks. But wait, it gets juicier. She even predicted that Jakes would find himself smack dab in the middle of one of the biggest scandals ever, hinting that it would revolve around his S preferences.
Lord said that Bishop T.D. Jakes will have one of the biggest scandals of all time in the Christian church.
While there's no concrete proof to back up the claims against T.D. Jakes, he's no stranger to controversy. Back in 2009, his son Jermaine got himself into trouble for allegedly engaging in shady activities at PE Park in Dallas. And just last year, there was more drama. Jake's daughter's estranged husband was accused of serious misconduct involving their adopted daughter. With all this swirling drama, people are seriously questioning whether T.D. Jakes can still be seen as a trusted man of God. Gene Deal even chimed in, saying he can't see Jakes as his type of pastor because his own house isn't in order.
I take him serious. That's not my type of pastor. You know, you got to look at a person's household, and if your household is not in order, you understand? How you gonna help somebody else get their house in order?
And it's not just him. A lot of folks like Linnell are disappointed and questioning their faith in Jakes. She says she's been let down by people she's looked up to before, so she can't put it past Jakes to be involved in the rumors.
Shook my head to say, unfortunately, I don't put nothing past nobody no more.
There you go.
I just can't get shocked no more.
Yep.
I've been so disappointed in the people that I've looked up to.
Considering everything we now know about Diddy, it's natural to question the morals of someone like T.D. Jakes. Just look at the recent lawsuit against Diddy filed by Lil Rod. It had some of the most disgusting allegations ever. According to the lawsuit, there are screenshots supposedly showing gatherings at Diddy's involving underage girls, S-workers, and allegations that some of these women had their drinks tampered with at Diddy's direction. This legal bombshell also named others like Diddy's right-hand woman, Christina Coram, Universal Music Group CEO, Sir Lucian Grange, and former Motown Records CEO, Ethiopia Habtemariam, all caught up in this legal whirlwind. Jones, in the lawsuit, claims that Grange, Habtemariam, Motown Records, Love Records, and Universal Music Group effectively worked together with Combs in a RICO enterprise that failed to adequately monitor, warn, or supervise the actions of Combs, his son, and his chief of staff. However, on December 21st, 2023, the internet was abuzz with activity as T.D. Jakes suddenly became a hot topic. What sparked this sudden surge in attention was a TikTok video dropped by user Maisha on X X, formerly Twitter. The video made some jaw-dropping claims, alleging that R&B singer Cassie Ventura had supposedly handed over evidence to the FBI. This supposed evidence pointed fingers at Diddy, and it came just a month after Cassie filed a lawsuit accusing him of committing serious acts of violence during their 10-year relationship.
To the Fed. She has turned over videotapes, a USB drive, and Kim Porter's burner phone. Now, there is also an alleged email out.
Following the resolution of the civil lawsuit against Bad Boy Records founder Cassie Ventura, there are claims circulating on social media by user Maisha that suggest she went further than just settling. Allegedly, Ventura provided additional evidence to the FBI, reportedly including tapes from Diddy's parties and a burner phone that belonged to Kim Porter, Diddy's late ex-girlfriend and mother of his 4 children, who passed away in 2018 at the age of 47. According to Maisha, the TikTok user, the submitted evidence also involves an email that supposedly incriminates Diddy's close friend, Pastor T.D. Jakes, who officiated at Kim Porter's burial. In a clip shared by Maisha, an unidentified man claimed that Cassie handed over tapes depicting alleged wild parties at Diddy's place, implicating various prominent individuals, including T.D. Jakes, who is alleged to have had relationships with multiple men during these gatherings.
I'ma let y'all listen to it. I'm not finna say nothing else.
T.D. Jakes, the founder of the Potter's House, a non-denominational multicultural church and a humanitarian organization based in Dallas, occupies a prominent position as one of the most influential Christian preachers in the United States. Renowned for his dynamic preaching style, Jakes has garnered recognition not only within religious circles but also in the broader public sphere. Often seen alongside celebrities, including Diddy, Jakes has earned accolades beyond the religious community. Time magazine hailed him as America's best preacher, and the New York Times recognized him as one of the nation's most influential and mesmerizing preachers, highlighting his nationwide impact.
Why would a religious man like himself be at a party which ain't nothing but sin that's going on, bro? Whether it's drinking, maybe fornicating, maybe.
In light of multiple women suing hip-hop mogul Diddy and his associates, alleging misconduct, scrutiny has fallen upon the close friendship between Diddy and T.D. Jakes. Diddy has openly spoken about his admiration for Pastor T.D. Jakes, crediting the pastor with playing a significant role in guiding him through tough times. Their friendship took a collaborative turn in 2021 when they announced a partnership to bring T.D. Jakes' exclusive sermon series to Revolt TV. Revolt TV, a prominent Black-owned multimedia platform, became the outlet for sharing Jakes' teachings, underscoring a deeper connection between the hip-hop icon and the influential pastor. A recent TikTok video has surfaced, making unverified claims about Diddy's ex-girlfriend Cassie, supposedly submitting evidence that exposes alleged crimes committed by Diddy and Pastor T.D. Jakes. The TikTok user also asserted that the pastor had exploited young men at events hosted by Diddy, and now Lori is also the victim. Lori isn't some naive influencer trying to make a name for herself. Every move she's made, from her high-profile relationships with Diddy and Michael B. Jordan to this scandalous leak, points to someone who knows exactly what she's doing. The timing of this release suggests it wasn't random. If there's any truth to the rumors that Steve disapproved of Lori's lifestyle or tried to interfere with her career, this could be a strategic strike, and I'm not the one to mess with moment.
If Bishop Jakes was at a Diddy party, there could only be 2 reasons. Money or that's all that happens at Diddy party.
By releasing this footage, Lori is signaling that she's done being anyone's pawn, especially Steve's. The fallout could permanently damage her stepfather's career, and she knows it. This is bigger than just family drama. This is about power, control, and making sure everyone knows who's really in charge of her narrative. This leak puts Diddy and T.D. Jakes in a compromising position too, and that's where things get even messier. Diddy has been tied to countless scandals over the years, from business deals gone bad to allegations that hint at something darker lurking beneath the surface. T.D. Jakes, on the other hand, has always presented himself as a man of faith, above the noise and drama of Hollywood. But their presence at the same exclusive gathering makes you wonder, what kind of alliances were really being forged here? This isn't just some casual social event. When billionaires and spiritual leaders gather behind closed doors, it's rarely about cocktails and conversation. It's more likely about influence, deals, and securing power in ways the public will never understand. Lori's footage may have given us a brief glimpse into that hidden world, and now the question is, what else have they been covering up? This leak doesn't just hurt Steve's reputation, it threatens everything he's built. His TV shows, endorsements, and book sales all rely on his image as a moral compass for the everyday person. But in Hollywood, once the facade cracks, it's only a matter of time before the entire house of cards comes down. If more details from that party start to surface, especially ones that suggest Steve knew what was going on, his entire brand could crumble. It's not just about his public persona either. Hollywood has no patience for bad press, and companies that once relied on Steve's name might start distancing themselves to avoid getting caught in the fallout. One wrong move, and this could be the end of the Steve Harvey empire as we know it.
Look, I'd like to thank Snoop and Puff for stopping by and dropping this knowledge on you all.
The footage Lori leaked could be just the tip of the iceberg. Hollywood is filled with secrets, alliances, and unsaid rules, and it feels like this is part of a larger unraveling. When high-profile figures like Diddy, T.D, Jakes, and Steve Harvey start getting exposed, it sends shockwaves throughout the industry. This leak could be the beginning of a domino effect. Other elites might scramble to protect their secrets, cutting ties with Steve and distancing themselves from any potential fallout. The real story here isn't just the party, it's what it represents. A world where power and reputation are currency, and once you're exposed, there's no going back. On the other hand, this leaked footage could be the beginning of Lori's rise as more than just a celebrity personality. If she plays her cards right, she could leverage this moment to cement her own power, free from the shadow of Steve or anyone else. She's shown that she's not afraid to disrupt the narrative, even if it means burning bridges along the way. And in Hollywood, that kind of boldness can make or break you. The fallout from this leak is far from over. Steve Harvey's carefully curated empire may not survive the storm, and the involvement of figures like Diddy and T.D. Jakes hints at deeper, more explosive secrets waiting to surface. Lori Harvey, meanwhile, is emerging from the chaos with more power than ever, proving that in a world where information is king, the one holding the footage holds the cards. This story isn't just about one party, it's about influence, power, and what happens when the wrong secrets get exposed. And if this is the beginning, the Hollywood landscape might never be the same again. That's it for today. See you in the next video. Until then, goodbye.